Hey, guys, this is William. I had someone want me to do a SEO audit on their GMB, an SEO audit on their GMB, an SEO audit on their GMB. Their Google My Business listings, so we're going to go ahead and do that. It's systems, environmental, and products. So let's go to Google My Business, or if you will, Maps, systems, environmental products, Inc. All right, so if you want to give permission so I can actually, you can comment, just hit StreamYard, give it StreamYard permission. That way I can see your comments as they come in. And we will get that put up there. So let's go ahead and get everything set up real quick. Give me a few minutes while people are getting in here in the chat. And we will get everything set up. Give me 1 second. If you were in my class earlier, I appreciate it. Had quite a few students in there, and that was a good thing. Give me 1 second here. So I'm going to do this audit for this guy real quick. I have people contact me all the time. If you're ever needing, if you will, an audit, or you just want me to audit something for you, then just really reach out and I'll do an audit. I normally don't do them for free anymore, mainly because, you know, I have too much to do as is. But if you need me to do it and I have the time to do it, I will do it for you or have one of my staff do it. And I will always do them live for free. So if you want one done and you want me to do it for you, I'll do it for you for free for live. Otherwise, it normally costs about $700 for me to do a complete audit. All right, so let's get back into this now that we got some people in here. All right, so first things first, this guy's trying to rank for, if you will, pest. It's agricultural equipment. So let's go to Local Falcon. We're going to see what he's ranking for. I don't normally take the maps off the water because you need to hit around the water and you're going to have to hit up here and everything. So let's go ahead and run a scan on agriculture equipment for this guy. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go through here and just do, if you will, a website audit. So I'm looking for a few things. The website looks good. It's a WooCommerce, or if you will, e-commerce website. Some things I don't like is he doesn't have his social media up here. He doesn't have social media icons. His phone number doesn't pop out. I always want my phone number or my call to action to pop out. If I want them to call me, you know, maybe he doesn't want them to call them, but usually people want them to call them. You know, go through here. He has directions, but he has no map embed in his footer or on his home page. He has the map embedded here, but it's embedded as looks like a picture, or it's broken. It's not clickable. I mean, there's multiple issues going on here. So that needs to be fixed. Site structure. I would have had the home page going to the primary category, which is not going to be this. It's going to wind up being something with agricultural. We can go into Plepper. If Plepper will be obedient today because it was acting up earlier. Let's go and see if we can get something for agricultural tools. Agricultural supplies. So agricultural. So we got multiple things like agricultural. We got agricultural production, services, organization, product wholesaler. So depending on what he actually is doing, because it looks like mainly he's selling products and he's a supplier towards farms and stuff. He's not got his homepage nor his website nor his company, if you will, set up. He's an equipment supplier. So he chose equipment supplier, but it's a matter of if your whole website's about agriculture and you're choosing equipment supplier, what type of equipment? Because that, if we look at it, equipment, let's go to equipment supplier. Let's see what we could get. Let me pull it real quick. So equipment supplier. See, and there's tons of different type of equipment suppliers. So if I was to click on this, it should show me, but it was acting up earlier. It's probably not going to show it to me. But the other categories that you should be using. Well, if you're going to use equipment supplier, more than likely it's farming equipment or agricultural equipment, but there is no agricultural equipment category. So you want to choose something and optimize your whole website around, if you will, agriculture or farm equipment supplier. That's how I'd wind up setting this up, farm equipment supplier, and set it up that way. That being said, we'll also look at the competition and see what categories that they are optimized for. So if we were going to environmental products, or in Canada, in this specific area, this is Ontario. If we go to maps, we like to look for a little bit of everything. So in this case, agricultural supplies, Ontario. So I'm just trying to get a gist of, if I'm trying to rank for agricultural supplies in Ontario, Canada, is it going to find anything? So livestock equipment, farming supplies. Let's go to Kent farm supplies. So if we look at the categories that they are using, let's see what they're using here. Okay, so what they are using when GMB Crush comes back with it is farm equipment supplier, which is what I would think, farm equipment supplier, not just equipment supplier. Okay, let's go to, and we're using the term he's trying to rank for, which is agricultural supplies. Let's use farm. Everything's farm, 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 farm. And I could almost guarantee you all of these are going to be farm equipment. This is saying animal feed store, farm supply, but let's look at the other categories it's using. All right, so we want to look at what all of the competition's using, not just what we think. Like this is an animal feeds, animals, farm equipment supplier in a store. So we know straight off the bat, the website is not optimized, not structurally for GMB. The way Google would see it would be farming equipment, okay? Not just equipment, and there is no agricultural equipment category, okay? So we would restructure his homepage, this right here. This is all fine and dandy because it's, mainly built for, if you will, e-commerce, or, it's an e-commerce type website, but the product category, if we look at it, is not telling me anything about farming equipment. It's just saying product category, parts and accessories. It says nothing about the main keywords you're even trying to rank for. If we looked up sprayers, like mixed tank sprayers, disinfectant sprayers, it's not saying enough, okay? So that's going to be the biggest problem here. And then the other problem, ranking locally, we just got done with our GeoGrid. He's not ranking at all. He's not in nowhere near the maps. He's not even in the water, which is, that's how bad it is. So if it was me, now let's go over to his GMB. So if we look at in GMB, okay, as far as his pictures and etc., he has pictures of the equipment that he sells, which is cool. And looks like he has quite a bit of them, which is great. Now, if we go into, let's go up to his reviews as well. He's only got 13. You always want to hit like whenever you have your reviews. You always want to respond to them. He's not responding to any of his reviews. They need to be responded to as well. Even the negative ones, you always want to respond to them. It doesn't need to be a generic response. Something I do for my clients is I respond to every single one of them. So far, he's only responded to one. You don't want it to be generic. You want it to sound like I'm actually using the person's name. Like, hey, John, thank you for leaving me the 5-star review. We appreciate you having us out. I'm glad we could help you with your agricultural supply needs. Whatever, okay? Next part. We want to have our photos filled out, of course. We want to have our products filled out. We want to have our services filled out. We want to have 750 words in our description about our business, which I do not even see that being filled out. We want this entire thing is completely optimized, and it looks like it's barely optimized. And I could tell you it's definitely barely optimized because of this right here. Now, if you, in this case, are an e-commerce website, most e-commerce want to, if you will, be in multiple locations, you know, if you will, national, regional, etc. How I personally would do it, I'd get multiple GMBs. I would get multiple GMBs in your case in the largest agricultural areas, if you will, in Ontario or Canada, and get one in each city. And then you're going to make landing pages on this website. Underneath it'd be, for example, service areas we service. And then you'd have a landing page or a location page with all the information that you have in regards to that location, along with services and things you sell and supply. Then you'd have your neighborhoods as well listed out, things to do, places go, stuff like that. And you would also then at the very bottom embed the map of that GMB. And that's one thing I would do. And I would do that in each and every area that I want to service, whether that be just in Ontario or actually be in the United States as well, or even internationally, I would do the same thing. And I would tie it to its specific GMB. So that's some of the things I would do. First thing I would do, obviously, is going to be optimize your GMB, get some reviews coming in, get your posts in here, get some, you know, your products listed, get your reviews responded to, get the basics done. Then take this category out, change it to the correct category, which would be farming equipment, and then make sure that my entire website is based around farming equipment and agricultural equipment, and optimize it completely. If I look on the back end into your code, I can also see that, you know, you are going after agricultural equipment in specific, and you need to be using the terms that Google uses when trying to rank on GMB and using the same said structure. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere in your rankings, which is what we see exactly. So if anybody, okay, let's see. What if it's a mobile service business that serves clients at their address, and the address has been withheld on GMB? So Sydney Tent Solutions has a question in regards to a GMB and it being a SOB business or service area business. Service area business, what I would normally do is I get multiple GMBs regardless. So let's say you serve, let's say in this case, Ontario. And let's go to maps and I want to show you. So you're in Sydney. So let's go to Sydney and I'll show you primary example for you. I'm pretty sure that's your business name. So that's probably what you're going to go for. Tent Solutions, right? Let's see if we can find you. So in this case, what we're going to wind up doing once this is done, it's going back. So Sydney Tent Solutions, right? You serve this entire area and your main listing is Sydney Tent Solutions, right? But you also serve Chatswood, Parramatta, Blacktown, Penrith, Richmond, Campbelltown, and I have many customers in Australia, so I understand y'all go by suburbs. So what I'd wind up doing is I'd wind up getting a GMB in Chatswood, another one in Parramatta, another one in Blacktown, another one in Liverpool, another one in Campbelltown, another one in Perth, and the various areas I want to get ranked. And then I would have the GMB tied to a location page on my website, okay? And then I would increase my rankings that way. For example, let's say now, and you can even take it further and go, I want different location or GMBs for each of these areas: Eastwood, Parramatta, Sydney Olympic Park, Auburn, Burwood. All these different areas I could get GMBs for. Let's say your geomap, which we just showed for him, that was red, right here is green for you, but I want to spread it out to the entire service area. Easiest way to do that is going to be location pages and tying those to GMBs. So now I got one here, 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 here. And now instead of just this being green, now I'm starting to spread my map all the way over. If there's no other questions, I will be getting off here. And if you have any requests, make sure that you send me an email. You can always email at philamrush@gmail.com. My personal email, if you want to do anything, is at philamrush@gmail.com or philamrush@gmail.com. And that way you can email me anytime you want, and I'll do my best to help you out. philamrush@gmail.com. If you send me over your website along with your GMB, I will audit it. I try to do these, a couple of them every week, and teach people exactly what I look for. If you don't have my GMB master sheet, email me as well. My GMB toolkit, you can get all my tools if you go to rankfortress.com. You can get and fill this out, grab all my tools, right? You can grab every single one of my tools, just drop your email address in there and I'll send you all my tools. I have a GMB audit form here, how to do posts, my GMB audit process, my competitor category spy kit. Then I also have about a 20-sheet audit form where I go through regular website audit, your GMB task sheet, your business info, your GMB audit, et cetera, et cetera. So if y'all fill that out and drop in your email address, I'll get that over to you. It's been great, and I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.